Hi, what's up guys? Welcome to Young Family in our YouTube channel. Today is September 24th, 2022. In today's video, we're going to talk about Coleus, one of the most easiest plants to grow and propagate. Stay tuned. Coleus is a flowering plant with beautiful colored leaves, which is native to subtropical and tropical Southeast Asia. They prefer to grow in a humid, warm environment. Regarding Coleus, it's an annual plant or perennial plant. It really depends on where you live. Because Coleus is not a frost-tolerant plant. During the winter, when the temperatures goes down below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, the frost will kill the Coleus. If you live in a cool area and you grow your Coleus in the ground outdoors, you can treat Coleus as an annual plant. As I mentioned, during the winter, the low temperature frost can kill the Coleus plants. You have two ways to save your Coleus plant. One way, you can just dig out your Coleus plant and transplant it into the container and bring the container inside your house and overwinter. The second way is just to take stem cuttings and replant it in the containers inside your house. Regarding sunlight, it also really depends on where you live and the local climate. Except some modern Coleus can handle full sun. Most Coleus thrive in some partial shade. Basically, Coleus is kind of a shade-loving plant. They can tolerate heavy shade. Actually, Coleus prefer to grow in some spot with morning sun or dappled sun. During the hot summer day, the middle day or afternoon sunlight can scorch the foliage, burn the leaves, and cause the color faded. Actually, I put my Coleus plant in a heavy shade area, but they perform very well. They don't have any problem. Regarding watering and potting soil, Coleus prefer to grow in any well-drained soil with consistent moisture. For watering, just regular water your Coleus plant. Please do not overwater your Coleus because damper or soggy soil can cause root rotted. During the hot summer day, probably you can water a little bit more. Regarding indoor or outdoor plant, if you live in some warm area, you can treat Coleus as outdoor plant. If you live in some cool area, you can treat your Coleus as indoor plant, especially during the cold winter day. If you grow your Coleus indoors, you'd better put your Coleus plant next to the window to receive direct or indirect sunlight to make foliage more beautiful. Regarding flowering in fall, daytime becomes short, the temperature in the evening is cooler, Coleus is going to bloom. Most people grow Coleus for their beautiful colored leaves, but not for flowers. So if you see the flower buds set up, you'd better pinch them off, because the Coleus plant can focus more energy on the beautiful leaves and stems, but not on flowers. Regarding pinching, if you like your Coleus plant to look like more bush, you'd better regularly pinch the tips of the Coleus to encourage more branching. Otherwise, your Coleus more look like a leggy, but not look like a bush. Regarding fertilizers, basically, most people grow Coleus for their beautiful leaves, but not for flowers. So basically, you can feed your plants with well-balanced fertilizers with a little bit more in nitrogen to encourage foliage growth. Regarding propagation of Coleus, as I mentioned earlier, Coleus is very easy to propagate. So basically, for this Coleus plant, I just took some Coleus stem cuttings and put it in this container. Then I put it in this shade. I think I propagated late last year or early this year. Right now you can see this plant is doing fantastic. They are growing very well. See, no issues, no problems with this plant. So I'm going to make another video to show you how to propagate Coleus plants easily. At the end of this video, I'm going to transplant this Coleus plant into the ground. I'm going to choose this spot to transplant this Coleus plant because this spot is kind of like a partial shade or heavy shade area. Because we live in the Southern California area, during the summertime, it's pretty hot. the direct sunlight or in the afternoon the sunlight will burn the leaves. So I would rather plant my Coleus plant in the shade with consistent moisture. So guys, if you like today's video, please give a thumb up, like, share, leave comments down below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.